Hello guys, how are you? So today I'm gonna solve this problem, minimum swaps to group all the ones together. So basically this question is a potential good question to be seen in some interviews coming from top companies like Google, Microsoft, Amazon and like that. So this is a potential question you might find in different kind of variation for this question. So let's check what is happening over here. So basically we are given one integer array nums, which is a binary array. So basically all the numbers are either 0 or 1. So this is basically a binary circular array. What I mean to say is, so see here, for example, we are starting from 0 to 1, 0, then 1, then 1, then we are at last. So this last guy would be also considered as an adjacent for the very first element. This is what a binary relationship is called. So what we have to do is basically we have to make the minimum number of swaps in such a way that we are getting all the ones together, okay, consecutive. So for example, take an example of this question itself. See here, if we make a swap between the index 1 and index 2, right, then we can make in just one operation all the three guys would be consecutive, all these one, right? This 0 would be swapped here, so it will come here. Now see here, all these one are together. This is what we have to do, okay. And similarly we can also check, there would be a lot of questions like that. So let's take an example of this last one as well. So see here, it looks like they are not consecutive, there are three ones, right? So we start from here, right, this guy, okay. So if we start, what is the next would be the very first guy, right? And then next is this guy. So all of them are already consecutive, so we need no operation here, no swap is required. So we have to take care of this thing. This is a circular property of this array. Now I will explain some more complex scenarios, and then we will handle that what would be our intuition. So let me draw a diagram for better understanding. So guys, what would be my intuition to solve this problem is, as we know, once we are done with all the swaps, okay, all the numbers would be together, right? All of them would be consecutive. So that would be, the size of that window would be equal to the whatever number of the ones are there. For example, take the example of this array. How many ones are there? So 2 and 2, 4 and 2, 6. There are 6 ones are there, okay. So if we have a 6 size window, and if we keep track from left to right, we have to find a window which has the maximum number of ones. So let's draw the diagram here. So first of all, we have to get the count. So count means how many ones are there. So you can say it is directly 6, right? Now we have to make a window of 6, and we have to find which has the highest number of ones. I will tell you why we are finding highest number of ones. So let me take this lighter thing. Yeah, so see here, we will start to find so see here, we are starting from here, and till here we are making it 6, right? So this is of size 6, 3 plus 3, right? So how many ones there are? There are only 2 ones, okay. So let's further go ahead, okay. So we are further moving ahead. So if we check here, see 3 and 3. So how many ones are there? There are 3 ones of size 6 array, right? So again we will go to right side, we will check that what could be the maximum possibility with the size 6, okay. So so we can check another one. See here, these are 4 and 2. So again there are only 6 only. So we can check that with the size 6 we can find an array which has the 3 ones, right? So for example, we can pick one of them, right? So here if we check 2 and 2, 3, see here, this sub array is actually accommodating 3 ones, right? So let me write down this portion here, okay. So this would be something like this, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1 and 1, okay. This is the window of size 6. Size 6 is means the number of ones count. Now see here, the remaining ones should be accommodate here only. So that means whatever number of zeros we have here, if we make those number of swaps, then we will get a consecutive window, right? So see here, what all ones are left here? let's take an example of this one, or this guy, very first one. Okay, so if I swap this guy with first 0, then there is a 1 here, right? And I would having 1 operation. Okay, now we are done with this first one. Now come to this guy. If we swap this guy with this 0, okay, then again we will get a 1 here, and we would get another operation. Now come to this guy's only guy who's left. So if we do a swap with this 0, then 1 would be here. So finally we will get a 1 1 1 1 after doing these swaps. So basically what I mean to say is, they have to first of all count the number of ones in the array, and then how many numbers we have got with that size. Basically we have to make a window, and we have to traverse through this array, and we have to find a window which has highest number of ones. Okay, and then in that window we will find that how many zeros are there. Actually that number of zeros is actually our answer, which we just have seen here. Okay, so this would be my simple approach, and I hope that you would be understanding this. So let me show my code. I will write the code entirely so that you can understand it. So guys, this is one of the favorite example. Okay, we haven't touched the this case when there would be a circular properties also used. So I will take another example which will also cover this circular case. Okay, then only it will make sense. We just cannot go for a favorite case, right? So let me take a better example again, and then we will do an entire dry run of it. So guys, I have taken another array. So see how many ones are there. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. There are 6 ones, right? So first of all we will count the number of ones. Okay, now we have 6. Now we have to check a window of size 6 which will having the highest number of ones. Okay, so we will keep on checking. So see here, 3 and 3. This is the one window. How many ones are there? There are only 3 ones. Okay, then we can check here also. See here, if we take this from here, this is also of size 6, but how many ones? There are only 2 ones. So this one was better. But wait a minute, we also have, what if I start from here? Okay, so 2 ones are till here, and this guy can continue to the last guy, to the first guy, right? Because we have a circular property. Okay, so 3 size is here, and another 3 size I can pick here, right? So 3 plus 3, this is 6 size window which having how many ones? There are 4 ones, right? So this would be our this window basically, which is starting from here and keep on continuing from here till here. Okay, so 3 last and 3 end, because this is a circular property of this array as per given in the question. So here we have found an window of size 6 which having highest number of ones, which is 4, right? So there are 4 ones we have. So how many zeros there are? There are only 2 zeros. So what would be our answer? Our answer would be 2 only, correct? So let me verify that how it would be 2. So see here in this window we have 2 zeros, 1 0 is here, 1 0 is here. So number of zeros in that window which we found, which is having highest number of ones, is having 2. So our answer should be 2. Why? Because see here we have left with this one and this one, right? So if I make a swap of this one with this 0, right, then it will become 1, correct? And similarly, if I make a swap of this one with this 0, this will also become 1, right? So it would be, our final thing is like this. See here, so I'm making this as 1 and this also 1, because we are making a swap. Now see here, starting from here, see this guy is 1, next is 1, this is also 1, then we are going a circular property, we are starting, this is 1 1 1. So all of them are now consecutive. Okay, so we have found this answer. Now I will write the code of it live for each and every line, which would make everything very clear. I hope that everything should be clear now. So let me explain the code and write down the code itself. So guys, very first time what I'm doing, I'm making the how many numbers, how many ones are there. Okay, so I just created int ones equal to, so what I can do is I can do arrays dot stream, then we will put this guy. Okay, just a second. So see here, I'm calculating the number of ones. So I'm doing arrays.stream.nums.sum. So I'm getting sum of all elements because it's a 0 only, right? So 0 plus 1. So whatever number would of the 1, only that many numbers would be, that sum would be equal to the total number of ones. Okay. Then I'm just getting the length of it. Now this gap would be basically for the number of zeros. Okay, so let me start for this. So what I will do initially, I have a 0. So I'm writing a for loop. So we have this ones, right? So we have to find the a sliding window of the length ones. Okay, so for int I equal to 0, z equal to also 0, and let me correct it. Yeah, and I less than n, I plus plus. So so guys, I have taken two variables I and j. So basically now I will check. So while this j minus I is less than ones. Okay, so ones is basically the size of number of ones. So I am making a sliding window of j minus I so that it would stay only to this length. Okay, so what I am doing is I have just make a count variable. Okay, so what I will do, count equal to this thing nums j plus plus. Okay, so why I'm doing like this, because we have to, I'm just first of all I'm getting the number of ones here, then I will calculate the accordingly that how many zeros are there. Okay, so here you can pay attention, I'm just making j plus plus, but you remember we have to make the %n as well. Okay, n is the length of it, because we know for the same reason. See here, when we are starting, let's say we started from here, our I was starting from here at one instant, then our j will go till the 6th length, right? So here once it will come here, then we have to make a %n so that it will indicate to the very first location of it, right? So that is why I am using %n there. Okay, and then I am increasing j plus plus and I am making %n so that it will take care of our circular property. Okay, so when we are coming out of this while loop, we would be somewhere here, right? So what we have to do now, we have to find how many gaps we have found for this window, right? So that gaps would be basically the ones. So let's say I'm calling it int gaps. So int gaps, or we can make a variable here. So we can make, I just created one variable. I have given answer equal to n initially, because anyway we have to find the minimum. So we have to write math.min and number of zeros. So how many number of zeros would be there? Ones minus count, right? See here, this count is having all the number of ones. So if I remove whatever count of ones minus count, okay, then this will give me the total number of zeros, right? So ones minus count, comma, our answer. Okay, so this should give us answer every time for every window, and finally we will be having the minimum answer, right? So let me proceed ahead. So guys, I believe that you understand that when we are making a sliding window, right? Let's say like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, something like this. Whenever we do a fixed size, let's say 3 size window, okay, so till here it is size 3, but when we go to move, basically we have to remove the first guy, right? The one where we started. So for same reason, what I'm doing here at this code, see here, we have to here update the count value, because we have to remove the very first I, right? Because that is also included. Now if we want to proceed ahead, we have to proceed to right side. So what we have to do, this count equal to count minus whatever nums of I, because the first guy we are anyway removing for the next iteration, right? So then finally we will be returning our answer, return ans. Okay, let me dry run it. Error. Yeah, so my return statement was not at right place, so I just putting it here. Now let me execute it. Yeah, so let me submit it. So basically, yeah, it is submitted. Basically, it is taking O of n time and we are not taking any extra space. Okay. So there are multiple other ways as well to solve this problem, but in the interviews, it is expected that we should do in O of n as well as we should do in constant time complexity. Okay. Then only it will give a better impression. So it's an important question. And if you guys have any concern, please make a comment over there. Thank you.